lot more grass on this wicket compared to the other two wickets that we've seen, and that means that it's going to be a high scoring game because the ball will come on to the bat pretty nicely. You can expect the batters to go out and express themselves freely. It's 30 degrees, a pleasant temperature. There's a slight wind blowing across the ground, but one factor that both teams and both captains might consider is the dew factor, and maybe that could be a deciding factor in going ahead and bowling first if they win the toss. So my call, if you're a captain tonight, maybe win the toss and bowl first.
So we have Shoaib, and it's a new wicket, as he has said. The team winning the toss should opt to bowl first as far as Shoaib is concerned. It's a match number 3 between UAE women's and the Hong Kong women's team to be played on a completely new track, which has a bit of grass, as we have seen, and let us go back to the center of the wicket, where we have Neil Oja with both the captains and the match referee.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this beautiful Malek Cricket Ground. The sun's just setting right there, and it's about 30 degrees with the wind blowing nicely. A perfect evening weather for a good game of cricket. I have both the captains in readiness. It's the third T20 International of the bilateral series between Hong Kong women and UAE women. Carrie Chan on the extreme left, the skipper of Hong Kong. Right in the center, Mr. Iftikhar Ali, the match referee. And right on my left is Chaya Mughal, the skipper of UAE. Chaya's got the coin, and I tell you, she's going to flick it right up, probably hit the ISS. It's gone way up. Tails is the call. Oh, heads it is. Chaya, you won the toss. So you've broken the jinx. You won the toss. What do you intend to do?
Again, we've chosen to bat first. And I think probably they wanted to bowl first. It looks like, that's what is happening from past 2 games. Well, we had a plan yesterday, and we somehow managed to do that. Well, there was a bit slower in the beginning, but that's what we wanted to change it today. So that's why we wanted to have a bat first.
So you're right, 40 odd runs in the first 10 and then 90 odd in the last 10. A good recovery, I must say, but that's not the start you would ideally want. What changes have you made today?
Well, we've got one change in, and we have a pacer instead of a spinner. And if we talk about the batting unit, well, there was a plan yesterday to just stick on the wicket, because we know that the wicket was a little bit...
Your way.
I will choose the ball first.
Oh, so you got what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
So no one's sad over here. Everyone's happy. Any changes in your side?
So Emma and Richie will be out, and then we will bring Ikra and Cindy Ho in.
Are these changes keeping in mind that everyone gets a game, or these are tactical changes?
That's for the plan, and then also everyone can have try to play a game too.
How many runs would you want Chaya's team to stay at?
Well, I hope they can under 120. That's our goal.
Nice. If you stop her under 120, I'm so sure that you've got enough firepower to go and chase that. Give us a good game, Carrie.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so the news from the center is Chaya Mughal, the skipper of UAE, won the toss, elected to bat first.
It's a bit shock that the UAE women's captain Chaya Mughal has won the toss and opted to bat first. And joining me in the comm box is Shoaib Ahmed. Welcome, Shoaib. Surprised the way she called?
Thank you. Good evening, Mudassir, and good evening to all our viewers. Yes, a little bit surprised because yesterday we saw there was quite a lot of dew on the ground, and it was not easy to bowl while they were bowling second, but they've decided to bat first, and that is what it is. Let's look at the playing 11 of UAE. It's Chamani Seneviratne, Chaya Mughal, the skipper, Isha Oza, Induja Nandkumar. She gets a game today, and it's her birthday as well, so happy birthday to Induja. Kavisha Nane, Khushi Sharma, Mahika Gaur, Priyanjali Jain, Samaira Dharnidharka, Tirtha Satish, and Vaishnavi Mahesh are the playing 11 for UAE.
And as far Hong Kong is concerned, it's Alison Sui's first game for her. It's Bibi Mariam, Chan Ke Man, Chan Ke Ying, Ho Sin Yi, Iqra Sahar is back in the side, Mariko Hill, Marina Natasha Tara, Shanzeen Shehzad, and Yasmin Daswani. So they made only one change. Looks good side.
Yes, I think they are definitely learning from every game, and every game we've seen them improve. And hopefully today we see a much better fight and maybe an upset. You never know. UAE are targeting that 4-0 whitewash. Hong Kong will definitely want to tie the series, if not win it, because two matches already won by UAE. They won't be losing the series. They can only tie in worst case scenario. Meanwhile, we've got the two umpires walking out in the middle.
And it's Shami maybe and Razik Khan, the official on-field umpires for tonight's match, and the reserve umpire is Jitendra Gupte. It's a do-or-die situation for Hong Kong girls. The worry part for them is the batting lineup, Shoaib. The top order needs to fire tonight.
Yes, that's right. Especially Natasha. We've spoken highly of her, and she's one of the stars of the Hong Kong batting lineup. So everybody will be keen to see her bat. Meanwhile, the two batters coming out for UAE, a change and the top order. We've got Tirtha Satish, who's opening the innings tonight, not Kavisha. Alongside her will be Isha Oza as well. So that's the batting that we will witness. They'll be opening the innings for UAE. It is important that Hong Kong now continue to build upon what they've been doing well. They've bowled well in the power plays. They just let the game loose in the last 10 overs of that first innings, and that definitely cost them the match. And also their catches, if they can field well, if they can take their chances, they might just do a lot better than what we've seen of them. They are a bunch of good, talented batters and bowlers. The bowlers are doing well. The batters are clicking in phases as well. But overall, they need to play as a team to win and to beat a side like UAE.
And talking about the UAE girls, in the last 4 years, they have played 28 T20 international matches and lost just 7 matches. So it shows what a combination and the performance these girls are continuously doing here. So Isha Oza, 27 matches to her name, 780 runs, 15 sixes, 450 and 100. That was a huge one. She scored 158. Not pace bowlers get that extra bit of swing, trouble the batsman.
Yes, that's right. Again, a flighted delivery. Stepping down, Isha, but then just checking her shot at the last moment. That's good batting. And they will want to change that as a UAE team. They would want to change the performance that they had in that first 6 overs. They would want to score a lot more runs compared to what they did in the previous game. 23 matches, 32 wickets for Ka Ying Chan. She's the skipper. A very handy all-rounder. So yes, she bowls, she opens the innings as a left-arm spinner and also bats at the number 3 position. Chan, a vital and a very important member in that Hong Kong team.
Very hard-working cricketer, Chan. He's the backbone of this team in the batting lineup. On the money here, Chan bowling those tight lines. They need to win this match, Shoaib, to keep themselves alive in this series. This is the third match of the series. 2-0. UAE women are leading. A width given here and open her arms. Straight away runs for Isha Oza. Opens her account with an easy single.
Yes, 4 balls, in fact 5 to get off the mark for Isha, and it will be Tirtha Satish who will be facing 12 matches, 329 runs, 150 in her name, and the strike rate 116, not bad. And this will only get better as time progresses. Tirtha Satish, she's a player who likes to spend time out there in the middle, likes to build her innings, takes her time initially, but once she gets going, she's very busy between the wickets, very quick runner between the wickets as well.
Tirtha will be facing for the first time in this match, and this time gently pushed towards the short mid wicket. So that's the end of over number 1. It's 1 for no loss.
So first over and just a single in that over. So good over from Chan as another Chan replaces the skipper. It's Kaman Chan. 23 matches, 25 wickets, and look at that economy of 3.90. Starts off well on the middle and leg. Oh, that could have been tight. Tirtha, we've spoken about her. She likes to rotate the strike. She's a very busy batter, very, very busy customer, but on that occasion there was no run. It was straight into the hands of the fielder.
It was a yes and no at the end. She made it safely. Played on the back foot, and she's unable to find those gaps. Bit shocked with the strategy of the Hong Kong girls. Shoaib, it's a new ball, it's a Kukubra ball. You need to give a chance to your seamers.
Stepping down, clearing the infield. That's a very, very good shot. Very innovative. And Isha breaking the shackles here. She got an opportunity and she's made full use of it. She is a dynamic batter, Isha Oza. And gets her first boundary. Look at that extra cover. Not an easy shot to play, especially early on in your innings. But this is a sign of a very confident batter. Likes to use her feet a lot. And she's got the first boundary.
Very strong girl, Isha Oza. Clearing the mid-off fielder. And the first boundary. This time goes towards the mid-wicket and there's a misfield. And it's a back-to-back 4 runs for Isha Oza.
Well, this time I would say lucky escape for Isha. Yes, she lives dangerously. Even yesterday, she got her chances. Today as well. This one was hit straight to the fielder. Good ball. In fact, she bowled to her field, but that was a very ordinary effort from Shanzeen at mid-wicket. And Isha Oza gets back-to-back boundaries for herself and for her team.
This is how she plays her cricket. Very attacking batter, Isha Oza. She takes the chances. This time it's a bit better. 2 boundaries and at the other end, Tirtha yet to open her account. We are into the second over. Marina, she can bowl really good with the new ball, Shoaib.
Yes, Mariko and Marina both are very good with the new ball and very good with that length and line as well. We'll discuss that. 2 overs gone. UAE are 9 for no loss. Right, so it's Mariko Hill who's been brought into the attack, and I think there's an audio leak from the comm box. Immediately there's a change in the bowling. Oh, catch it as the call is gone. That is Mariko for you. First ball, and she's brought that impact that was needed. Mariko Hill strikes. Tirtha Satish chipping that ball in the air, and a very good catch at short mid-wicket. UAE lose their first.
Brilliant piece of work by Bibi Mariam. On the very first ball, she got the big wicket of Tirtha. She was promoted. So unable to open the account, and full marks to be given to Bibi Mariam. The way she took that catch, it was a blinder for her. It's 9 for 1, UAE.
So the new batter in is Kavisha Kumari, who has been opening the innings for UAE for the last 2 games. But today she's been given the role of the number 3 in the side. And she'll be facing a very confident Mariko, who's taken a wicket on the very first ball. And she starts off with a short ball. That's really impressive from Mariko Hill. That was short and wanted to surprise Kavisha. I'm sure she's done that.
This is what we were saying the last match. You need to give a chance to your fast bowlers. Straight away, there's a movement and a bounce from Mariko Hill. Welcome with a short bouncer. Kavisha, the new batter. This time a wayward length and down the leg. Wide given. An extra added to the total. So what was the thinking behind changing the numbers of Kavisha and Tirtha?
Well, I think it's just about giving them the chances to play under different roles and different conditions. That could only be the reason, as you need to have backup openers as well. So Tirtha has been given that role of playing in a flexible position this time. Another good ball from Mariko Hill. Wanted to cut it, Kavisha, but that length definitely a lot better and a lot probing for somebody like Kavisha.
Into her first over, got the breakthrough of the very first ball. Blinder taken by Bibi Mariam. This time gently nudged towards the fine leg region for an easy single. And with that single, she opens up her account. Isha Oza. Tremendous form. Really good. Yesterday she got her 50 of this tournament, the maiden 50 of this tournament.
Nicely played, off the hips, off the pads. And there is protection in the deep, will just be a single. You're right, Isha did actually play a good innings. Yes, she got her chances, but you still need to convert them. And she showed how good she is. Played all around the park, played some really nice hits, and got to her 50 as well with 2 back-to-back boundaries, I remember. So yes, another confident batter, Isha Oza. A bright future for UAE cricket as well. Mariko continues, and she's bowling that really good length, getting some bounce off the wicket as well. That's the end of the over. Dot ball to end the over. 3 overs, 12 for 1. Nicely driven in the gap. That's a beautiful shot from Isha Oza. Timed to perfection, but won't go all the way. They will cross over for 2 runs, but that will give her some confidence.
Look at the foot movement and the timing on this ball by Isha Oza. Slight fumble by the fielder. And a couple of runs to her name. Chan continues from the far end. This time gently played by opening the face of the bat towards the short third region. Yet another couple of runs to Isha Oza. Very good start, though they have lost Tirtha. They're going at around 5 runs per over.
So Chan continues. It's a free hit as signaled by Shami maybe. And that means it's the license to go aggressive. Which area will Isha target? Oh, that's a good shot straight down the ground. For a moment, it looked as if she's not connected it well, but it's Isha Oza, mind you. When she hits, they stay hit. That's gone for a boundary as well. Much needed for UAE. Some momentum building in the favor of Isha Oza.
She's clearly dominating here, Isha Oza. Look at the way she just came down the track. They played over mid-off. Easy runs coming for Isha Oza. It was a free hit delivery. Bit expensive in her second over. Chan.
Nicely cut in the gap. But again, won't go all the way. They'll get to that angle is definitely helping Isha Oza to play those shots. This time she cut it and the placement was key. So 2 more in the total.
Slow outfield helping the fielders. The batters need to make sure that they run hard. Isha Oza quickly moves to 20. So far, 11 runs have been conceded in just 3 deliveries.
That one was hit hard and straight to the fielder. So Mariko definitely is trying to build pressure from one end, but Chan on the other end has leaked a few runs in this over. "11 runs already in this over and still 2 more deliveries to go." Oh, that was close. Wanted to sweep it, but down the leg and will be called a wide. Very close to that leg stump, Mudassir.
Yes, she was lucky here. Chan. Smart thinking by Isha Oza and rightly given wide by umpire Shamim Abi. Extras are not helping them here.
Yes, this one was played straight down the ground for a single. 3.5 overs, 25. Much better start, Mudassir, from what they had yesterday. Yes, they've lost a wicket, but you wouldn't mind losing a wicket or 2 if you're getting a good start in the first 6 overs.
Definitely, and the credit goes to Isha Oza, the way she's playing tonight. Came out with a very positive intent, and this time Kavisha, a full toss delivery. And with this, the end of over number 4 is 26 for 1.
4 overs, 26 for 1 UAE. This is the third game if you've just joined us, and if you are unaware of the match and the tournament scenario, UAE are leading the series 2-0, while Mariko is leading the Hong Kong pack really well in terms of bowling. Just 1 over bowled so far, 3 runs given and a wicket taken, and she's very, very consistent with a line and length, or very nagging length, and asking the right questions to somebody like Kavisha.
A good move by the captain, Chan, trusting medium fast bowler Mariko into her second over. Look at that odd bounce on this wicket. Got beaten. Kavisha struggling against Mariko. At the other end, Isha Oza moved quickly to 21, facing just 18 deliveries. The last over has been a very expensive one from Chan.
Nicely driven, and that could be tight. Oh, that looks close, very, very close. We'll have to wait and watch.
It will be interesting to see the replay here. A close one. She middled this one properly, and it was straight into the hands of a mid-off fielder, side the non-striker end. This was dive put in by Kavisha, which saved her.
Well, let's look at that replay again. That run, quick run. And that looks very, very close. I think Kavisha has just survived. This time it's played straight to the short cover fielder, Isha.
Lucky enough here. Kavisha. Beautiful piece of fielding with the mid-off fielder.
No, that was hit hard, straight to the fielder. A few feet here and there, and that ball would have gone crashing into the hoardings. But really well done by the fielder to stop that. Again, a very, very strong looking shot from Isha. She'll get a single.
A decent over going on here by Mariko.
Very well bowled. Very, very well bowled, Mariko Hill. Good over comes to an end. 5 overs gone. UAE are 28 for 1.
Shoaib, these girls are really working hard on the field, and someone in the comm box, he's also really working hard.
Yes, you'll hear his voice next. It's going to be Neil Oja, who's just done a few drills of exercises, and he's given us all inferiority complex. He's going to join you, and you'll be hearing him next.
Thanks a lot, Shoaib. And it's Kavisha and Isha Oza. And with me in the comm box is Neil Oja. Welcome, Neil.
Thank you, Mudassir. Isha 22 of 21. A very different innings as compared to what she played yesterday.
She's dominating tonight, Isha Oza, the confidence. Last night she scored 50 odd runs.
Tossed up delivery, played it straight down the ground. Cracking shot, 4 runs. Carrie Chan looks a little shocked on what just happened. I must say that Isha happened.
Very strong girl, Isha Oza. Rightly said by Neil, the captain is shocked. Chan, a bit of width given here, flighted delivery and taken full advantage. Isha Oza on fire here. Score moves to 32. Isha batting beautifully on 26. Chan into her second over.
Dot ball, a good comeback by Chan. Darted this one onto her pads. .32 for 1 after 5.4. 2 more deliveries on this over. The last over of the power play. And Chan has just bowled 2 in the power play. Beautifully played. There was a dive that was put in. But Cindy's dive won't help. There's a chance there. And given. Isha Oza's out. I wonder if there was really a second there. I really don't know if there was a second. They ran the first one, that was Kavisha's call. But then running the second would have been Isha's call. Very good cover up. Oh, that was close. That was close. Isha Oza. Good knock comes to an end.
Is it over? No.
New batter in Chamani. She'll be on strike. 482. This is 18 runs shy of 500.
Good ball.
Straight to the fielder, dot ball. And that'll be the end of the over. 6 overs gone, 33 for 2. Marina now has the responsibility with the ball. Beautifully played all along the carpet. Does it have enough wheels? And yes, it does. First ball boundary.
Chase given by Shanzeen. The ball raced towards the square leg region for the first boundary of this inning from the blade of Kavisha. A decent power play for Hong Kong. They got 2 big wickets of Isha Oza and Tirtha Satish. They need to get rid of Kavisha.
You're right. That'll also test the middle order and the lower middle order of UAE. Because in the last couple of games, we've seen the top order take care of literally everything. Kavisha. Very compact. Barring the first ball, the next two have been really, really good. 2 dot balls.
This time it was on the off stump, trying hard to cut. Beaten here in the air. Kavisha, Isha, Tirtha, Chamani and Chaya Mughal, these are the top batters for UAE. They have been performing really well the past couple of seasons. This will be the crucial partnership they need to build here, Kavisha and Chamani.
Waited for the ball, punched it straight to the fielder. Very good over coming into play. Kavisha 7 of 14. Chamani yet to open her account. One last delivery to come. After hitting a boundary on the very first ball, Kavisha has faced 4 deliveries which are dot. Wide. It'll be interesting to see if pressure consumes her or she stays on top, Kavisha.
After 4 dot balls, a wide given away by Marina. It's good to see Kavisha taking her time. This time, once again on the back foot, the ball racing towards the mid-wicket region. A good piece of fielding by Shanzeen. And just a single of the last ball. So it's the end of over number 7. Score 38 for 2.
Right, also, we have our co-commentator Shoaib downstairs on the rope side for an interview.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well, I'm here at the sidelines and I've got a very special guest today, and I say special because it's the UAE women's physio alongside me. It's Madiha Kawal. Thank you for joining us, Madiha. First of all, it's a different kind of a job and it's a very challenging one at that. Tell us, how's your experience been so far?
It was really good experience working with the girls because it's a really tough job because you have to prevent the injuries, you have to treat the injuries which are present, and you have to treat the patients and have to rehab them. And it's quite challenging, but the best part is the girls are really cooperative, they are helpful, they are sportive, so they always follow my instructions. So it's a good job and it's really enjoyable working with them.
Well, I'm sure. Tell us about the routine. Like after a game, we've just seen there's a good-looking shot there and some runs coming in for Team UAE as well. Coming back to your conversation, there are different types of routines that you need to take care. Is it different for different players or you have a standard protocol for each and every one?
Yeah, definitely it's different for everyone because they are young players, they are seniors, and they are the developing team. So it's different for everyone. As for seniors, we have to take our according to their age. Their diet is different. Their fitness routine is different. So everything is different for them. So we have to adjust accordingly for each and every player.
So out of these girls, tell us one name who really gives you a hard time. Who's the naughty one?
All are really cooperative. To be very honest, all are really cooperative. Everybody follows my instructions and everything I give them, they follow. That's really good of them. They are all naughty actually. But as for my commands and I give them instruction, they are very cooperative and they are really disciplined. They work on them and they want to do better. So that's really good to work with them because when that side is giving you good, then it's good to work.
I'm sure. Tell us also about the rest. How important is rest for players to recuperate and recover from the fatigue that goes through when you're playing a game?
Yeah. Rest is very important because like you can see that they're playing back-to-back matches, and if they don't get the proper rest, they're more prone to injuries. So proper rest and proper diet is really important to recover faster for the next game.
Your experience as being a coaching member, you're the first ever women's physio, so that is another achievement. So tell us a little bit about that.
It's very good. It's whenever you are a part of a milestone, it's a really good experience. And one more thing is that the staff, the sporting staff, the management, everyone is really cooperative. So when you get a cooperative environment, it's really good to work. And it's really good experience for me. And it's really important for them to have a physio there because you know that this is a challenging work and challenging things are going on. So we as a team can go forward to a long way.
Well, I'm sure you're doing a great job, Madiha, and we hope that you continue the great work that you're doing. All the best for the future as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
That was Madiha Kawal, the physio of the UAE women's team, and it's back to you guys in the com box.
That's right, Dr. Madiha. She's a fantastic addition to the support staff of the Emirates Cricket Board. And then look at this. Just after the interview, she's running towards Kavisha to help her with something. That is the beauty of this role that she plays. Willing to help, always ready to help. Looks like a fly went into her eye. Kavisha will be doing a water cup. That's what it's called. That was the boundaries that she played, back-to-back boundaries, a couple of them. Even the third one was almost a boundary, which was pulled in back by Hill. She's getting her a couple of drops in her eye. Important when you're playing in conditions where maybe a fly could just come by and disrupt not just your game, but your concentration, your focus. That was the boundary that we're talking about. Look at that dive. A full stretch dive that's put in by Mariko Hill. Great effort. Definitely saved a couple of runs.
10 runs so far in this over. Ikra into her first over. Kavisha very strong on the back foot.
Wide being called. An outward movement for the ball. Ikra. Kavisha. 11 runs with that wide. Brings up the 50 for UAE. Slapped and slapped hard. No one can stop that unless you have a fielder specifically for that.
Looking really good tonight, Kavisha. Though they have lost Tirtha and Isha Oza. Kavisha, I beg your pardon. Kavisha is taking up the responsibility of scoring bulk of the runs for UAE women's. The new batter is Chamani. Experienced Chamani. A beautiful ball. The slower one. Ikra. Decent start by the bowlers of Hong Kong team, but they're struggling with the line and length after power play.
Yeah, also probably the brief is very clear, maybe for Kavisha, to go and charge. Wide, just try to fish for that ball. Chamani lucky that it didn't carry, otherwise that would have been yet another wicket. 8 overs gone, it's 51 for 2. Kavisha will be on strike. After 8 overs, 51. Punching it down, dot ball. Kavisha in the first game got a half century. Hit a boundary to reach her half century, and that were the winning runs. UAE were chasing 119. Very comfortable she looked. She's looking equally comfortable today.
Look at that shot, Neil, the way she plays. She completely in control of that shot towards the mid-wicket, Kavisha. The good thing about UAE women batters, the top 5 always giving their best and performing, whether it's Isha, Tirtha, Chamani, Kavisha. This time played towards the point region, a bit of fumble, easy single.
.52 for 2. Chamani will be on strike. Hasn't scored a run yet. Getting right behind the line of the ball. Dot ball. Kavisha and Chamani now trying to build a partnership where Kavisha has been on the front. Two more deliveries to go. Oh, what a delivery there. Just slightly moving away from the outside edge. Chamani normally is aggressive. Yesterday we saw that she came and quickly tried to go for the big ones. Today, maybe the brief is different.
Definitely, they have lost 2 experienced batters, Isha Oza and Tirtha. Chamani taking her time, faced 6 deliveries but yet to open her account. It's end of over number 9, UAE 52 for 2.
Nine overs at this stage. In yesterday's game, UAE were 31 without loss. So definitely a much better score on board. But then if you were to compare them with their score in 9 overs in the first match, they scored 68 runs. 68 runs in 9 overs, and the 10th over went for 13 runs. So they were 81 for the loss of 1 wicket after 10 in the first match. Fantastic start. Yesterday, kind of sluggish, 42 after 10 overs. Today they are somewhere in between. Just cheering up Ikra. That's Yasmin Daswani, the wicket keeper. She needs to do a little more of that today. Needs to keep talking. Should be a wide.
Waiting and waiting to open her account, Chamani. This time on the off stump, trying to chase that one and rightly given away wide by umpire Shamim AB. Almost 7 balls she played. Couple of wides have been bowled in this over by Ikra, a bit expensive tonight.
That's right. She's in the second over. And 15 runs already conceded. Bowl that kind of spells slightly becomes difficult then. Dot ball.
Unable to find those gaps, Chamani. She needs to rotate the strike. 8 balls. The other end, Kavisha batting on 21. Faced 23 deliveries. This time trying to go big towards the mid-wicket at last. She opens her account with a single. A fumble by Chan. A big relief for Chamani.
But I would definitely say that Betty Chan put her body behind the ball, did well. Kavisha on strike. Not a good idea to keep Kavisha off strike for long. As soon as Chamani gets on strike, the idea then should be, if her role is to play the sheet anchor's role, to take the innings long and deep, then she should be looking at getting those singles quickly, bring Kavisha on strike and let her go. Because when you are on song, when you have that momentum going for you, you shouldn't be staying at the non-strikers for long enough. The relay field attempt. A single there, and that'll be the end of the 10th over. 10 overs gone, it's 57 for 2. A quick look at the batting card so far for UAE. Isha Oza, 27 of 25. Tirtha Satish didn't open her account. That run out of Isha was on her own call. Trying to reach on the danger end. Kavisha, 22 of 25. Chamani has been a little slow. As far as bowling is concerned, Mari Kohel the only one with a wicket. Extremely expensive. Chan Kaman, 22 runs she's given in 2 overs, while Ikra a close second. Straight to the fielder. Normally after the break, something happens. We've seen that. There is a lapse in concentration either in the form, in the mind of the batter, or maybe the the fielders have probably just got a little relaxed after a little drink. Marina, meanwhile. Natasha Miles. She's due. 2 back-to-back duck for Natasha. She definitely would want to change that. .58 for 2 in 10.2. Didn't really take advantage of that. Slightly short back of the net delivery. I don't know what is Chamani's role today. I don't know if the brief has been given to her that just stay on, play long. 11 deliveries for that one single run that she scored. And this is not the kind of play that she is. Maybe the brief is to just stick around. But while you're sticking around, rotate the strike. Joining me here in the commentary box is Shoaib Ahmed.
Well, thank you, Neil. Yes,
Joining me here in the commentary box is Shoaib Ahmed.
well, thank you, Neil. Yes, a different out, putting in an effort and making sure she gets there in time. A single to end the over, just 2 runs off it. Marina has bowled another tight over. That's the run. Very well done, Kavisha. So end of the over, number 11. UAE are 59 for 2.
In the gap this time, Chamani will go for the second. That there should have been a better approach there as far as fielding is concerned. Shouldn't have been more than a single. Four of 14 for Chamani.
And another good looking forward defense. Straight back to the bowler. Hong Kong will be happy with the first 11 overs. They've got 2 wickets. 2 key players back in the hut, Tirtha and Isha. And they have the opportunity to put some more pressure because the dot balls are definitely building up for UAE.
Catch was a call, but dropped way short. That's a UAE dugout. A few worried faces, a few happy faces. That's a mixed bag there. Smacked it up in the air. Will it carry? Had a lot of air time, but didn't really land at the airport.
Yes, that's right. The plane never came onto the runway. It was always in taxi area. But yes, at least some intent from Chamani, and that is something good to see.
We're yet to see a sixer in the series. Should be a wide. 20 runs she's already given in a third over.
Yes, and there's a different challenge for the women's cricket because the rules are slightly different compared to the men's. The boundaries are shorter, yes, but also the fielding restrictions are different. When it comes to women's cricket, only 4 fielders are allowed outside the circle instead of the 5 after the power play. So even Stevens, I think.
It does balance it out. I mean, in fact, it does help to clear the infield because, like you mentioned, the boundaries are shorter and there are only 4 boundary riders max, which means more chances to hit those boundaries. For that, you need to clear the infield, and that's some great field placement there. The sweeper cover. 12 gone, 64 for 2. Punching it down. Misfield. This is the area that Hong Kong needs to work on a lot. The fielding, ground fielding. There are some who are exceptional. Mariko Hill being one of those. We saw her putting in a full stretch drive in the cow corner. She came running from long on, put in a dive, saved that boundary. Kavisha otherwise would have got 3 back-to-back boundaries.
Yes, definitely the game getting better and better when it comes to Hong Kong team. They've definitely impressed one and all with the graph of improvement from the first game to the third. Another good ball from Mariko. This time it's played in the gap and that is timed well as well. It will go all the way for a much needed boundary. After a long time, Kavisha gets a 4 and UAE move on to 70 for 2.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the best fielder in the outfield is now entrusted with the ball. So that's a disadvantage because you don't have that fielder in the field. And then she bowled a little wide, cut away, and that placement was immaculate. Right between those 2 fielders, there was a short third man brought in, and there was a gully place too. More like a backward point position.
That's right. And this time played straight to short covers. That third man position that name has to change now with the game. I think it could just be called a short third or a deep third. What do you reckon?
Well, yes, I mean, in which case a lot will change in the game of cricket. I have never understood quite a few names that have been associated with this game of cricket, but then, well, that's how it is. The laws of the game. And mind you, cricket was initially played by the women. And only then, later, did the men take over. Rules being the same. Probably in the women's game, they had probably 3 men fielding somewhere and the third man would be standing there.
Yes, you're right. This time she's pulled it towards the backward square leg. Chamani. She needs to get a move on. They'll get a single.
Challenges in the game are not just limited to what you do on the field, but off the field as well. Most of these girls, both the sides, are either students or working professionals, not contracted cricketers. becomes a little challenging. We know a certain Lavanya Kane, who plays for the UAE, had a board exams. Came in for the first game. Next day, she had a board exams. And then after the exams, came back again.
Oh, yes. In fact, both the teams have different... Oh, that's another good throw. Not out, says the umpire. And looks like Kavisha was home by the time the stumps were disturbed. There are a lot of working women in the Hong Kong team as well, who are working during the day and then plying their trade whenever they have time. Talking about women's cricket, another quick fact: Women's Cricket World Cup was the first edition of the World Cup was even before the Men's World Cup in 1973. The first Men's World Cup was in 75. So they were always one step ahead, the women's cricket.
Meanwhile, 13 gone at 73 for 2. Ikra bowling a fourth. Much better delivery. Look at that effort coming in again from Hill. It's almost like climbing a hill and crossing it over if you want to take a run, while Mariko Hill is fielding. Fantastic fielder. There you go, Mariko, number 2, wearing jersey number 2. That's Chan, the skipper. Beautifully played, up in the air. Does it have air time? Oh no, her air miles expired.
That's right, and a good effort from Marina. Good effort from Marina as well. Didn't have the distance, got some elevation, yes, but not the distance. Half a chance, gone begging. That's the shot. It was in the slot, and a good effort in the end, just to keep the ball alive and not let it pass through her.
Width on offer, straight to the fielder. It's going to be Ruchita Venkatesh. Yesterday took a fantastic catch, Ruchita. That wasn't Ruchita.
Yes, that's Marina who did well to stop that ball. Ikra continuing. Another good length delivery. Fuller and missed by the keeper, Daswani. This one's going all the way. Will it? No, it doesn't have the legs. And an underarm throw. Relay. They'll get a few more.
Sometimes just gets a little overwhelming for the wicket keeper. Keeping an eye on every single delivery that's been bowled. It is a tough ask. She's doing well. Not just behind the wickets with her gloves. An absolutely chatty character. Keeps talking. Ensuring that the shoulders of her teammates aren't drooped.
Straight to short covers. Chan is really active on the field, whether with the ball in the hand or bat, or just fielding at short covers. She likes to be involved and pretty fit as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and brilliant game sense. Both the matches when she's come to bat, her team was in trouble zone. Full toss. Straight to the... Oh, look at that. That's poor. We're talking about that zone of improvement, and this is what it is. Ground fielding. You're not talking about dropping catches or difficult chances. These chances, this should have been stopped.
Yes, should have been definitely stopped. That definitely drops the shoulders of the bowlers. and you lose momentum in the game if you field like that. 14 overs gone. UAE are 82 for 2. Fourteen overs, 82 for 2, and there's a change in the com box. Joining me now is Mudassir, who's been welcomed with a good drive from Kavisha. And she makes it in the end. Struggling right now, but definitely working hard for every run.
This partnership is on recovery mode. Even though Chamani took 9 deliveries to get off the mark, Kavisha batting beautifully at the other end, getting those odd boundaries, regular intervals. Mariko, in the 4th over, this time a wild heave towards trying to clear that cover fielder, beaten in the air, a dot ball.
Chamani is on 11 of 23 as in comes Mariko. It's straight onto the stumps, no appeal, so clearly not a hand involved in that. So another dot ball, good over and good spell from Mariko.
She's clearly struggling here, Chamani, to get those gaps this time. The stumps are helping the Hong Kong team. The most experienced batters in this side, Chamani. This time goes straight towards the mid-off fielder coming underneath the ball, and easy catch taken by Marina.
Yes, that's right. Mariko Hill being rewarded for her disciplined line and length. She was exceptional, and now she gets another wicket. In her last over of the spell, it is Chamani who is walking back. Wanted to play it up and over. As you can see, just found the fielder there, and a very good catch from Marina. So that's the end of an innings. Looked a little out of touch. Chamani, she's on 11 of 25. UAE are 83 for 3.
The very next delivery, it's a no ball. The best thing for UAE batter is the danger. Batter Kavisha is on strike. Hill into her final over. It again got the crucial breakthrough.
Oh, that's a very good shot from Kavisha. It's gone straight into the hands and out of it. That's another catch drop, and these catch drops are definitely going to haunt the Hong Kong team. This has been a very, very ordinary performance. Yes, it was a free hit, but you still need to take those catches. You need to take those catches and try and build some momentum in your favor, but that one will definitely not help the Hong Kong team.
Look at the Power generate from the wrist of Kavisha. Very strong on the back foot this time, gently nudge towards the fine leg area for a couple of more runs to her name. Very decent and useful spell tonight by Mariko Hills. 4 overs, 19. Got 2 wickets. After 15, it's 88 for 3.
Let's go, Betty. Good girl. Come on, let's go. Fire. Release me. Thank you. Let's go, Betty Chan. Let's go, Hong Kong. Ready for a catch there, Tash. Go, Betty Chan.
So the new batter in is Chaya Mughal, the skipper of Team UAE, and has been welcomed with a low full toss, swept towards the square leg, and she'll get off the mark right away with that single. That will definitely bring Kavisha on strike, who is another 12 runs short of yet another half century in this series. She's already got one. .38 of 40. Almost a run a ball, and once she gets to that mark of 50 runs, she will then let loose herself and try to hit some big hits.
Oh.
Cuts again straight to the fielder, and they've taken a run. That's good running. One more run added to the total.
In control while she plays the cut shot, Kavisha. She needs to make sure that she plays all the 20 overs, stays out there. Take to the team past 120. Chaya this time goes towards the mid-wicket. Good piece of fielding by Shanzeen. She has been kept busy. Shanzeen, Marina, Ikra. Into her third over tonight. Chan, a bit expensive, gave away 25 runs this time, coming into the batter. Coming very quickly from the deep. Ikra, just a single. A decent over going on by Chan here. Gave away 4 runs of just 4 deliveries. Chaya this time on the back foot, but straight towards the fielder. A fumble, which resulted in yet another single. We have a very good history of UAE women's team. Shoaib, it all started in 1990. The part of ICC Asia region. They got that associate member status in 1990. They played a couple of list A matches. It was in 2007. They got a chance to play their first international match against Bangladesh. The team consists of mothers and daughters. We'll come back to that. The next over, 16 gone, 94 for 3.
It is Marina who'll continue. 16 overs, 94 for 3. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Kavisha just waiting for that and then latching onto it. Played it. Such a beautiful shot. Gets 4. It went like a tracer bullet.
Stylish Kavisha. Very strong on the onside. Width given here. A short ball. Ball racing towards the square leg region for yet another boundary from the blade of Kavisha. Moves to 45 of 44 balls. Changing her gear here. Kavisha.
Yes, that's right. 16.1 overs. Kavisha just 5 more runs away from a 50. Drives and then straight to the fielder. No run there. Let's head down towards the sidelines where we've got Neil Ojha with a special guest.
All right, so alongside me is this super amazing youngster from the UAE national side, Lavanya Kenny. Lavanya, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well. I got to know that you had your board exams going on, and what exam you had yesterday?
I actually had my geography exam yesterday, and it went really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had your geography exam, went very well. How are you balancing between your board exams and cricket?
It's actually that like in the morning you study, when you come back home you have to go for practice, and then the same cycle continues.
Wow.
But yeah.
This is really interesting, you know, studies, playing. But then, you know what, when we were younger, you know, everyone around us used to say that, okay, you need to focus on studies, you need to focus on studies, playing and all, whatever you do when you've grown up. Not now. What do your parents tell you?
No, my parents are quite supportive. They ask me to go out and play every day, and you know they've encouraged me to go for practices more often. So that's a good thing, and I also have to keep on studying, right? So yeah.
Meanwhile, we see that Kavisha has just reached her 50. So big congratulations to Kavisha. Her second half century in this series. A prolific run scorer. I'm so sure that within the team also there's a lot of camaraderie and friendship that brews while all of you youngsters play together.
Yeah, it's that we're kind of the same age group, so we gel really well. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, she's talking about being of the same age group. I remember Lavanya being a 12, 13-year-old kid when we were playing that, I guess the Gulf Cup match at one of the schools, and she was nervous. Ended up scoring the match tying boundary on the last ball, and I remember sitting next to you and saying, Lavanya, you could do it. You've come a long way, Lavanya. I'm really, really proud of you, of what you achieved.
Thank you so much.
Now, tell me something. One last question. You made your debut at Gulf Cup, all right, and your roommate was another 15-year-old, right?
Yeah, Samaira.
Two 15-year-olds in the same room with no parental guidance. Till how late were you awake watching television?
We were awake till pretty late, but when we knew we had a match the next day, we would sleep on time and not stay up too late. Yeah.
She's given a very good diplomatic answer. The coaches are listening, the staff is listening, but don't worry, you've done really well for yourself, and we wish you all the best for all the future games for you.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's what it is, Lavanya Kenny, 15-year-old and playing for the national side, and a lot of other youngsters alongside her. What we'll do is head into the comm box to take further.
Thank you, Neil. Interesting conversation with Lavanya. Just, yes, thank you. A girl with very less words, Lavanya. As we can see, a lot of parents have come and they have definitely watched and supported their wards and the national team in a way. And really, the credit has to go to these parents who have toiled hard and made sure that these players reach where they are.
Parents and the grannies are at the ground. A proud moment for all these parents. This time, Kavisha once again goes straight.
That's right. That's the shot that she played to get to that 50-run mark. And in fact, she got that 100 for UAE as well with that shot.
Last 3 overs, they're looking at around 135, 140. Kavisha batting beautifully tonight. After losing Isha, Oza and Tirtha, there was a partnership between Kavisha and Chamani. This time driven towards long on for yet another single. Highly talented batter Kavisha.
Goes for a big hit towards the onside Chaya Mughal. She's played that with a lot of control, and the placement was good as well. There was a fielder. She could only get a single, but that was right from the middle of the bat.
Captain Cool Chaya Mughal giving company to Kavisha Nane. Once again went on the back foot, and there was a chance. Lucky she came back at the right time. Chan impressed us a lot in this series, Shoaib. The way she led this team and the way she batted.
Oh yes, no doubts about that. She's been one of the key members of that team with the ball, with the bat. That's a lot quicker in the air. So she's varying her pace as well. Sometimes she's just flighting the ball up, and sometimes she's a lot quicker. So that definitely puts an ounce of doubt in the batter's mind when he's playing or she's playing. Chaya Mughal now will have to rotate strike and give as much strike as possible to Kavisha.
This time up in the air. Falls in no man's line. And just a single, a better over by Chan, the captain. Only 4 runs have been considered in this over. 18 gone. It's 107 for 3.
So the other Chan continues. Outside off. Wanted to cut it. Now 11 illegal deliveries. Mudassir, what is the score that UAE would be targeting from here on?
After 17 overs, we were thinking it might be around 135, but the last over by skipper Chan made some difficulties for UAE women batters. 120, 125 from here onwards would be an ideal total. Very smart thinking by the skipper Chan, cutting off that pace and using the off-break bowler. They need to get those out boundaries to reach 125.
Yes, that's right. 3 deliveries bowled, and they're not offering any pace at the moment for the UAE batters. So all the power has to be generated from the batters, and Kavisha has been there for quite some time. This one has been played straight down. A misfield. Oh, that would have been out had that hit the stumps, but not to be. So another single. Hong Kong wouldn't mind that. The singles are not a problem. At the toss, the captain said 120 is okay for us. We'll be confident chasing that total.
Anything above 120, 125 would be a problem for Hong Kong batters. Currently, they are doing a good job. This time, once again, heave towards mid-wicket. Shanzeen quite busy in the field. It's Nelson on scoreboard, 111. Chaya Mughal on strike.
Nicely cut in the gap. Chase for the fielder. The ball will die down as it reaches the ropes. Another relay throw. That was a really good shot from Chaya, but not getting value for her runs. The outfield is heavy. Just 2 to end the over. 19 overs gone. 1 more to go. UAE are 113 for 3. This one was played straight back. Another dot ball. And this has been good captaincy from Chan as well. She's rotated her bowlers right, and now at the end, she's not giving any pace to the UAE batters.
It took her a couple of matches to read this. And tonight, she has used Marina and Mariko brilliantly. And this time, Kavisha once again playing towards the square leg region for yet couple of runs. It was a comeback for Hong Kong in the last couple of overs. Once they got rid of Chamani, hardly we have seen any boundaries here.
Yes, and Kavisha has been playing for a long time now in the heat. Definitely taking a toll on her. Wanted to go for another big hit, but she looks a little tired and exhausted. And rightly so, she's on 56 or 55 deliveries. Not easy in the conditions. But she'll need to gather some more energy for the last 3 deliveries and try to get a few towards the boundary ropes.
This time it was uppish and it was in the air. It's a catch drop by the fielder, Allison. We are in the last over of the first innings. Only 4 runs have been considered so far. The good news, Kavisha is off the strike. It's Chaya Mughal. Once again played towards the short third region for yet another single. Only 12 runs have been conceded in the last 17 deliveries. A good comeback by the bowlers of Hong Kong team.
That's right. I think they'll be happy with the bowling performance, especially in the death overs. Last ball of the over. Kavisha, can you get a boundary here for yourself and the team? Chan will be looking to restrict her. Quicker. Cut. Up and over. That's gone. A very, very good shot in the given circumstances. And much needed boundary from the bat of Kavisha. She's done the job for her team time and time again. And tonight is no different. Last ball, 4 runs were needed for team to get to a good score. And Kavisha has done that. She's very strong in that offside area. And she gets for herself and the team.
She has a very strong wrist and I don't understand why she has bowled that quicker one wide of the off stump. Crucial boundary picked by Kavisha. So after 20, UAE batters posted 121 for the loss of 3 wickets. This is the second 50 of the series for Kavisha. Brilliant knock, well supported by Chaya Mughal, the skipper. It won't be easy for Hong Kong batters, Shoaib.
Yes, I think this is a score that both teams will feel that they've got enough runs on the board to chase and defend. Isha Oza, 27 of 25. She was looking good until she ran herself out. Tirtha Satish not scoring today. Kavisha, again, a consistent performer. 61 of 58 deliveries for her. Chamani on 11 of 25. Couldn't get a move on. And Chaya Mughal in the end scoring 10 of 12. 12 extras. And that has helped UAE to get to that score of 121 in their allotted 20 overs.
And talking about the Hong Kong bowling, it was the Chan Kai Ying, 4 overs 18 runs. Chan Ka Man, 4 overs 34, bit expensive of the slot. Mariko Hill, 4 overs 19 and got 2 crucial wickets. Marina, 4 overs 18. She bowled with great control tonight. Ikra Sahar, 4 overs 29. 12 extras in the scorecard of bowling. At the end, 20 overs, 121 runs has been posted by UAE batters for the loss of 3 wickets.
Yes, that's how the first innings panned out. Isha playing some really good shots, using her feet and getting to the pitch of the ball. And some deliveries were right in the slot for her. But Mariko bowled really well, got the wicket on the very first ball of her spell. And they kept things tight. On the other hand, Isha was scoring at a brisk pace on continuous basis. And she played some really good shots straight down the ground to keep the scoreboard ticking. But this happened, a misfield there, and that allowed the team to get a few runs on the board for themselves. And that was another important innings from Kavisha, who took some time out there, some very ordinary fielding from Hong Kong, and that allowed the UAE players to score runs freely in the middle overs. Mariko kept bowling well, and she had a very good spell for herself. So did Ikra, who kept things tight for the most part of the spell. But UAE batters did what they do. They took their time out in the middle and then tried to get some boundaries in the death overs. Kavisha was the constant in that UAE setup, scored runs all around the park, and that boundaries off the cut shot were a treat to watch for everyone.
Sloppy fielding by Hong Kong fielders helped UAE to reach 121. And so Hong Kong needs 122 runs in 20 overs. We'll be back after a short break.
Welcome back. UAE women versus Hong Kong women bilateral series. Match number 3, UAE taking on Hong Kong, and UAE have won 2 matches. This is the third game. The first innings has already progressed, and we are into the second innings to see whether Cricket Hong Kong and the women's team can chase that total down. 121 is what UAE managed to score, and now it's on the Hong Kong batters to chase it down. And we've got the 2 umpires walking out in the middle while we are just about to start the second innings. Overall, a score that both teams will feel very confident about. Joining me in the comm box is Neil Oja. Neil, good evening. While he joins us, let's look at the teams that are coming out. Chaya Mughal leading the side from the front, and she might just open the innings for UAE as well. From what we've seen so far in the 2 matches, she likes to take the white ball in her hand up front. That's the scorecard. 27 for Isha. Kavisha 61 of 58, not out till the end. And Chaya Mughal giving her company, scoring 10 of 12. 121 is the score that they've managed to get. And Neil, you think it's a good score?
I think it's a little subpar, but great bowling coming in. Look at those economies hovering around 4, barring a couple of bowlers. Ikra was the one who was taken for a lot of runs. Shankaman also giving away 34, an economy of 8.5. Barring that, everyone just 4, 4.5. 2 wickets for Mariko Hull, pick of the bowler. Shanzeen will take charge as far as batting is concerned. Yesterday was very, very sluggish a start for her. Maybe the brief was just that, to stick around, hold on to one end. 13 matches. This is the 13th game, 94 runs for her. Meanwhile, Chaya Mughal, the skipper, will take the responsibility with the ball.
Yes, 24 matches for her and 17 wickets in those 24 matches. 3.53 economy is good, especially when she's bowling in the power plays. First ball, good start. Ball shaping in and almost a Yorker length delivery right into the block hole. Shanzeen has a smile on her face.
Yeah, almost like a wake-up smile. She got her bat down in time. She did well. It's probably sending out a message that way. Listen up, I'm alert. Not going to get foxed with your Yorkers, Chaya. Oh, that's a good delivery. This time pulling that length slightly back.
Would you like to see a slip in place, especially for the new ball?
Ideally, yes. Chaya gets the ball to move in. If she has a ball that doesn't move, goes straight, and the batter is playing for the one that's coming in, there's all possibilities of getting an outside edge.
This time down the leg side. Priyanjali Jain keeping tonight, not Tirtha. She's in the outfield, wide signalled.
That's right, PJ is a wicket keeper by trade, wicket keeper bat. And both of them train together, Tirtha and Priyanjali. Meanwhile, Mariko Hill comes in to take strike. 338 runs, brilliant strike rate of just under 90.
Good delivery, much better from Chaya. This is a good length and a good line as well. And equally well played by Mariko. She must be high on confidence with the bowling performance that she's put across tonight. Was the pick of the bowlers. And she started off well from the middle of the bat. Pick of the bowlers. And she started off well from the middle of the bat. Ball played it late and was in the gap as well. So 4 and a much needed boundary. A good start, positive start from Hong Kong.
That's right, Mariko has been amongst runs. And what you do in the outfield in your first innings definitely brings in that kind of a difference in your second innings. She bowled really well. And now when she's come into bat, it's helping her. That confidence is there. Though it was Chaya who got Mariko's wicket yesterday, cleaned her up. Clean bowled on 8. In the second match, the first match was when Mariko and the skipper Carey had a brilliant partnership going.
Yes, it's now as if they know the conditions well. This is the third game here at Malek Cricket Stadium, and they are well aware of how the pitch behaves. They're looking like a lot more confident unit. Another full toss, driven, and they scamper through for a single.
The fielders are definitely in place, but they are they in the right place to stop that single as well? Look at that field placement, a packed offside field. Yorker and delivery and a dot ball to end the over. 8 on board after 1. Samaira comes in to bowl, and she'll bowl with a slip in position. Yesterday was a little expensive. 9 wickets in 10 matches. Get a single.
Quicker of the lot, I would say, Samaira. She has got some pace as well. If she can just be a lot more disciplined with her line and length, if she thinks where she wants to bowl and target a certain area, she can become an even more dangerous bowler.
You're right. Definitely there is an opportunity for her to improve there. The youngest of the lot, Samaira. Just a little over 15 years. Width and wide.
Oh yes, the line and length definitely needs to be corrected from Samaira. Has to get that right. Plan should be to be targeting the stumps as much as she can.
That's what she tries to do now and gets the thickish outside. Straight to Khushi Sharma. 10 runs on board. These two girls, Khushi and Mahika, will have a big role to play today. Tall, fast bowlers. Both of them have their unique ability. And so does this youngster. Look at that, getting that extra bounce of the wicket.
That's a good ball, and I think the keeper, Priyanjali, is a lot closer to the stumps than you would normally want her, because if there's an edge, the reaction time will not be as much, especially with the kind of bounce that Samaira is extracting off the wicket.
There. Is this Samaira or is it Mahika who's bowling? Wow, she almost surprised me with that shorter snorter. Very well directed short delivery.
Yes, and even before the match started, we saw her bowling on the side wickets, and she was extracting some bounce off the deck. So clearly not an easy proposition to be scoring runs against her.
Width on offer, cut away straight to the fielder there. Tirtha, I reckon, was the fielder. Had a shy at the stumps, dot ball. It's very, very different to see wicket keepers in the outfield. They look a different beast altogether. It feels like they've been uncaged, literally running and throwing themselves on every opportunity. 2 overs gone, and it's going to be 11 for none.
So bowling change. Mahika Gaur, left arm fast, comes into the attack. Just 2 wickets for her, but that should change. Starts off with a good ball outside off, and a throw will result in a single being taken. Priyanjali going for that hit on the stumps while the batter was still inside the crease, and they get a single.
The Hong Kong side. It's a massive learning experience for the youngsters in the squad. And while the seniors, they definitely get a chance to polish their skills. Faint appeal. She's definitely not going to go easy. But Mariko has faced these barrage of bowlers. She knows how they react, how they bowl. She stood tall like a wall.
That's a good ball, very good ball. Some movement in the air. Mahika has a very high release point, and that can help her in getting some bounce of the wicket as well. Some juice of the wicket, as it's mentioned on the bat of Shanzeen.
Mahika has bowled 3 good deliveries. It's not about how well you start, it's about how well you finish. Extremely important for her to finish the over well. First game.
This one has been driven in the gap. 3 fielders converging. Chamani will stop that. Mahika just a lot fuller, but that's okay because she's trying to swing the ball in the air. If she can get a yard away from the batter, that will definitely pose some serious questions. With the ball moving in, it's not going to be easy. And this is an opportunity for Mahika because we haven't seen her bowl with the new ball so much. She's always come in the middle overs to bowl, but today she's got an opportunity. Now that's much better. Just the line now with that length, if she can finish off around the middle and off stump, that'll be good for Mahika. 3 overs gone, decent over. 16 for no loss.
Overs, three overs gone. Shanzeen is on 2 of 8. Yesterday she scored 22 of 40 odd deliveries, going at a strike rate of just around 50. She definitely will have to get better than that. She definitely sticks around. Doesn't play those lofted shots, doesn't play anything hasty. Puts a prize on a wicket. But playing dot balls won't help. She needs to convert those dots into singles, if not the big ones.
That's a much better ball on the stumps, taking the inside edge. Will get a single, but not from the middle of the bat. You're right. The dot ball percentage has to come down for Shanzeen, especially in a run chase. Also considering that he is playing in the power play overs, you have to be a lot busier. You can't be taking your own time. And the first 6 overs are crucial if Hong Kong want to chase this total down. Another good delivery outside off. Just an appeal, ambitious one.
Samaira just going with the flow, delivered that ball and then followed Priyanjali's cue for a half-hearted appeal. As a fast bowler, I think your appeal should have been a lot more aggressive. Need to put that little extra pressure on the umpires. Even if you know that it may not be there, but you put that pressure on the batter as well, because the batter is watching you. The moment you go for that big appeal, there's an amount of self-doubt that comes into the batter's mind, and that puts them on the back foot.
Yes, these are more mind games than anything else. Just playing with the minds of the batter, making them lose focus. 3 runs of this over already in the 4 balls. And with Mariko on strike, that's another good delivery. Very good delivery. And equally well played by Mariko. Does well to dig it out. Good dot ball.
Absolutely. She did really well to dig that ball out. The pitch of a Yorker that is coming in. Open the face of the bat. A dot ball nonetheless. One last delivery to go in this over. What Samaira has done is kept the opposition quiet. And she continues to do that. 4 overs gone, it's 19 for none.
So Mahika continues. Again, a fuller delivery. Wanted to play it straight down the ground, but ball reaches the square leg area. They'll get a single.
20 without loss. The approach is absolutely fair. Don't lose wickets. That doesn't put in additional pressure to on the batters who are coming in next. And keep getting those singles and doubles. Punish the poor ball. Going on a rate of 5. Jammed it straight into the midriff. The angle that she's creating is posing some amount of trouble for Hill. Little wider. Maybe will be smackable. But Mahika's bowling a very good line. And even if she bowls a Yorker, she can get it to bounce from there. Smart cricket and good result. 4 runs.
That's a good shot from the bat of Mariko. She steps down the track, realizes that it's a full delivery, opens the face of the bat. Smart batting. It's played in the gap and she's got 4 runs for a very good shot.
Three more deliveries to come in this over. So much better. The previous delivery, Mariko tried to cut and disestablish that momentum that Mahika had got by stepping down. Did end up yorking herself, but the way she opened the bat and directed that ball in the gap was phenomenal.
Oh, that's a good ball. That's one of the best balls that she's bowled. Mahika, a true left-armer delivery, pitching in the middle and then coming in, shaping in for the right-handed Mariko. One more run added to the total. 25 now after 4.5 overs. Decent start from Hong Kong.
Yeah, if Shanzeen starts getting those runs, those singles, this definitely could be a game-changing partnership. A very good delivery to get the over to an end. 5 overs gone, it's 25 for none.
Mudassir Ali joining me in the combox.
Thanks a lot, Shoaib, and it's always good to be on your side. Still in a learning process. What a great start by Hong Kong batters. Watchful Shanzeen and Mariko. Beautifully bowled by Samaira. The best part of this partnership is they're picking those odd singles. Keep moving the scorecard. They need to win this match, Hong Kong, to keep the series alive. Tomorrow it will be a tough day because we'll be having a day game. They need to come back to the ground after 7 hours. Hats off to both the teams. The way they have played this game. Once again, a full length delivery. Very watchful Shanzeen. At the other end, we have Mariko, who had scored bulk of the runs, batting on 16 of 19 deliveries.
Yes, a lot better from Mariko, no doubt about that. But Shanzeen just a little slow in terms of starting the innings. Yes, he's been watchful. They haven't lost a wicket. But can she score some quick runs? That's the question. The way she's batting She looks a lot focused, Shanzeen. Playing on the merit of the ball. But the runs have to come.
She needs to score that odd boundaries in between. This time coming into the batter, bit confusion, and which resulted in the first breakthrough. The calling has been a bit poor between Shanzeen and Mariko this time. Sharp Samaira, and look at Chaya Mughal. 26 for 1. Sigh of relief for UAE women's team.
If that was a yes, no situation, there you see yes, no, and then finally Samaira throws it to Chaya this time, and the bails are dislodged. So Shanzeen has to walk back. (26 for 1) after 5.4 overs. Shanzeen has scored 4 of 15. Samaira continues. Another dot ball as the new batter comes in, Natasha Miles. She will have to perform with the bat tonight for Hong Kong.
Is yet to open her account in this series. Back-to-back two duck to her name. Very talented batter, Natasha Miles.
Priyanjali Jain, the keeper, misses that one. But no damage. A dot ball to end the over. Successful over. They've got a wicket in that, although through a run out. But UAE will be happy side after the end of the 6th. Hong Kong 26 for 1. Starts off well. Good ball from Mahika and well played by Natasha. A lot more watchful because she knows that he's not scored yet in the tournament. And we've built it up nicely for her. We've spoken very highly and she deserves all that praise, but she needs to score runs from that bat of hers and get Hong Kong to a comfortable position.
The fielders and bowlers had really worked hard in the first innings. Now it's up to the batters. Natasha Miles on strike this time, way outside the off stump. Wide called by the umpire. Extras has been a problem for the UAE women's team. Chaya Mughal just bowled 1 over, gave away 8 runs. Samaira bowled brilliantly tonight. 3 overs, gave away just 6 runs. A big shout turned on by the umpire. Very interesting battle going on between the ball and bat. The pressure is Natasha yet to score in this series.
Well, you're describing this like a suspense movie. Yes, she's still off, not yet off the mark. Will be a big relief for her as well. But not going to be easy because Mahika is bowling well. Down the leg side. Some extras coming in. Mahika needs to focus more, just like Natasha does.
And they're defending 121. There's a due factor. They need to control these extras. Already 2 wides have been bowled so far in this over. 12 runs given away. This time a shout. Big shout. And there goes Natasha Miles. Back to back. 3 ducks to her name. Beautiful piece of bowling by Mahika. This time getting in to Miles. Missed completely.
Well, that is definitely a big blow. Natasha yet again failing to score runs from the bat. Third duck in a row. Not good news for Hong Kong. UAE will be a happy side. Mahika Gaur strikes. And it's 28 for 2 now. So the skipper, Kang Ka Yin Chang, 21 matches, 400 runs, strike rate of 84.
Once again, the responsibility is on the shoulders of skipper Chan. That 1 run look miles away from Natasha Miles.
Yes, that's good wordplay. You're right. Hasn't been able to score runs. Natasha Miles. We'll look at that replay again. Yes, that was in front. Very well bowled. Good appeal and a good decision from the umpire as well. Was there some pad going down leg?
Good work done by the wicket keeper. PJ certainly saving couple of runs. Very talented fast bowler Mahika. And PJ, she got the chance today to do the wicket keeping job. She has been excellent behind the stumps.
Another wide, another extra. That has been a concern for Mahika. She's been bowling well. Not a lot of runs are coming from the bat when she's bowling, but she's given away a few wides, and that has to be corrected.
Everyone is under pressure. Everyone is under pressure in tonight's match, whether it's the batters, bowlers, or the umpire. Not an easy job. Keeping a close eye on this game.
Oh, that looks close as well. Big appeal. Big appeal. Not interested. The umpire. Could the impact be outside off? That is the only point that I can see. Yes, impact was outside off. And a good call again from the umpire.
It was a toe crusher from Mahika. Survives Chan. 7 gone, 29 for 2.
Outside off. Again, a swing and a miss. Now the pressure will be building on the well-set Mariko. She has to take the onus and the responsibility to score runs for Hong Kong and get them closer to that target. Interesting passage of play, this one. The next few overs will be very crucial for Hong Kong.
Both the batters need to believe in themselves. They have that capability to score big runs for the team. Mariko and Chan. Samaira. A slower delivery coming in to Mariko. A quick single taken. Induja, the fielder out there.
Yes, birthday girl. Vaishnavi Mahesh. We will see her later in action. Good spinner. And also Khushi Sharma for the skipper to rotate bowlers and give them chances and opportunities. Almost 7 bowlers in that lineup. 5 fast bowlers. A good problem to have.
The best part is everyone is performing out there. Once again, drifting towards the leg stump. A close call. Not called wide. Chan struggling tonight. Faced 4 deliveries. Yet to open the account. Chamani, one of the experienced player in this side. 30 for 2, Hong Kong.
Right, so let's head down towards the sidelines. We've got Neeloja with someone for a quick interview.
Welcome on the sidelines, and I have one of the most experienced players from the Hong Kong side, Betty Chan. Betty, how are you doing today?
Oh, we're doing good today. Our team performance better than before, right? We do good. We feel confidence in here.
Definitely, you know, from the previous 2 games, this game definitely looks like that the girls are in absolute control today. But tell me something, how's it been around here in the UAE? You know, you guys have come in after a little short break.
Yeah, the UAE, the weather is different in Hong Kong, and then we feel so nice here. We enjoy the UAE in here, and we enjoy our team together and we come to UAE to play the match.
We got to know that, you know, while you were back in Hong Kong during the COVID scenario, you didn't really get time to train. You know, just 1 week before the tour is what you've got to train, and especially for players like you who are from Hong Kong, not much opportunity to train. How does it work? Where were you training? What were you doing within the house? Were you throwing the ball to the wall and trying to take catches? How was it?
We do fitness, and when we do in the Zoom, and then our team is always encourage each other to doing fitness, and then outside wear the mask, and then we have the skill, and then we just perform it now.
You guys have done really well, I must tell you. You know, the whole unit is looking really nice. See, as women's cricket, you know, coming up, there was the Asian region qualifier that you came here for, and now this bilateral series. And that too, it's been broadcast all around the world. You know, I'm definitely looking forward to thank our sponsors, Sky, Exchange.net and Pacific Ventures, to get this possible. But from a player's perspective, from a team's perspective, when matches are broadcast, how does it feel for the team?
We do not feel stressed. We feel happy, and because the world can see our team playing and see UAE playing, and more people will know more about cricket and then women's cricket, and then we can promotion more, and we can see the youngest and then coming up.
You spoke about youngsters coming up. As a senior member in the side, there's a massive responsibility on you as well to ensure that, you know, the youngsters come up the track really well. Which are those promising youngsters that you can point out and say these could be the future of Hong Kong cricket?
Actually, in our team, most of our young players, they have the power, and then they are good to coming up. And then actually we share the experience with them, and then they will ask the question of our senior as well, and then they learn about it. Yeah.
So when I come to Hong Kong, what places should I visit? My last question to you.
I think Tsim Sha Tsui. You can go to Tsim Sha Tsui to see the nice view, and then we have very good there.
Definitely. When I come to Hong Kong, I will ask you for your guidance, and you will have to tell me where all to go. For now, I'll let you go with your team.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Betty Chan, ladies and gentlemen. And now back to the comms.
Thank you, Neil. Well, he's already asked a few places in Hong Kong where he wants to go, making a bucket list, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely he's looking forward to the trip, Neil. And very well said by Chan. The world is watching them, be it UAE team or Hong Kong, and thanks to our sponsors SkyExchange.net and Pacific Venture, the big platform for these girls, Shoaib.
Well, absolutely, no doubt about that. And I think this is such a big positive, such a good initiative from the Emirates Cricket Board, Ajman Cricket Council, and the sponsors, without whom this wouldn't have been possible. SkyExchange.net, they've been relentless, to say the least, to come out and give the support that is needed to women's cricket. SkyExchange.net, Pacific Ventures, we've got other sponsors like Dafa News as well, who have been supporting this cause. And this is going to just inspire a lot of young women and girls to come out and perform and play. And this is a big incentive for them to be broadcasted at a level that, at a global platform where everybody from anywhere in the world can come out and watch these games and these girls playing against each other.
It really helped us also to know about these talented girls from UAE and Hong Kong. Chan struggling, the toe crusher bowled by Mahika, feeling the pain. The last over 5 runs gave away by Samaira. She bowled out her quota, 11 runs, no wicket to her name. 8 gone, 34 for 2. Yasmin Daswani padded up. Very talented wicket keeper. And we have Shanzeen also on screen. This was that toe crusher by Mahika. Look at that shout, Shoaib, the aggression shown by the wicket keeper, the slip fielder, and Mahika.
Yes, and especially the slip fielder, Isha, did well to collect that ball and also appealed for a caught behind in that slip area, but clearly there was just a foot involved. Oh, that's a very good ball. Very, very good ball from Mahika, and very well played from Mariko as well. So the double M's are fighting each other. And as of now, it looks like Mahika has got the upper hand. 8.1 overs, 35 for 2 is the score.
He's using the medium pace bowlers, skipper Chaya Mughal. It will be interesting to see how the spinners will perform. There's a dew factor. It will be tough for them to grip the ball. This time, once again on the leg stump, a quick single, sharp single, taken by Chan and Mariko, and wide given. They're almost going on around 4.8 runs per over. Slowly, they need to make sure that they reach around 6 runs per over. The wickets in hand, you never know. We can see the big upset tonight. It all depends on this partnership, Mariko and Chan. Once again, coming into the batter, beautifully placed between cover and extra cover fielder for yet another single. Taking her time, moves to 19 of 25 deliveries. Shanzeen has been unlucky, got a run out. The sorry story continues for Natasha Miles. It all comes down to this pair, Mariko and Chan.
Yes, target of 122, 38 for 2. The score definitely has slowed down for Hong Kong. Outside off. Played straight back to the bowler. So Mahika is bowling a good spell. She's keeping it tight and not allowing the batters to score freely.
Slowly, the pressure is building up for Chan. She needs to rotate the strike. The required run rate creeping up to 7.30.
Trying to bowl some extra pace, extra yard of pace, Mahika, apologies. And straying down the leg side. As you rightly mentioned, the run rate creeping up, 7.22. Another good few overs, and that will reach 8.5, 9 runs. And that definitely will be a lot more difficult. So Chan and Mariko need to get a move on. One boundary every over. This time outside off. Again, that line and length has been very inconsistent from Mahika Gaur. And a lot of extras being bowled from her side.
Definitely these extras are helping Hong Kong batters. We have seen in this series a lot of extras has been bowled by the UAE women bowlers. Score moves to 40. Hard work put in by the bowlers of a Hong Kong team. Restricted below 125. They are chasing a target of 122. Most experienced batter out there, Chan. Samira has completed her quota. Mahika into her last over, 19, and got 1 wicket. Big wicket of Natasha Tara Miles.
Quick run taken. And rightly so. They need runs and they need them now. We were discussing about UAE cricket and the way they started in 2007 T20 international debut. The captain was a 12-year-old Natasha. And they played their first game against Bangladesh. Got all out for just 9 runs.
The team was all about the mothers and the daughters. An inexperienced side. But after that, there was no looking back for women's team. And this year, they won 7 out of 7 T20 matches.
That's right. What a journey this has been. 9 overs gone. Hong Kong are 41 for 2. So Chamani has been brought into the attack. Right arm off spinner. Experienced player.
Always serious on the field, Chamani. Experienced and talented all-rounder. Still in check for Hong Kong. 81 required of 66 balls. They need to get that out boundaries. Very quick single taken. They've taken the risk. She's struggling out there, Shoaib. Clearly she is struggling. Courtesy to the toe crusher by Mahika. Mariko needs to take charge from here onwards. Once this run rate goes above 8.5, then it will be a tough task for the Hong Kong batters. Brilliant piece of bowling. The experienced Chamani on target. No width, no room given. Bowling on a tight line and length.
Yes, she's always very consistent with her line and length, isn't she? She likes to keep it tight, very quick with her overs, doesn't give a lot of time for the batters to settle. Steps down, nicely played in the cap. They'll only settle for a single. Good work from Kavisha. So Chamani likes to just finish off her overs quickly.
It will be interesting to see how Chan handles pressure from here onwards. And shout and given by Shamim Abi. Close call, Shoaib. It will be interesting to see the replay.
Well, yes, very close, very close. So another wicket falls. Hong Kong lose their third wicket. It's the captain Chan who has to walk back. And that's another big setback. Chan Kai-ying, 4 of 13. Hong Kong are 43 for 3. So the new batter in is Marina. She comes in to bat at a very precarious situation for Hong Kong. She'll have to get them out of trouble.
7 matches played so far. 37 runs to her name. 67.27 the strike rate. Decent strike rate. She needs to improve that a bit. Chamani into her first over got the wicket of Chan. Fumble by skipper. It opens her account, and that's the end of 10 overs gone. 43 for 3.
भाई आवाज आ रही है मेरी? असद भाई? असद भाई आवाज आ रही है? असद भाई? हाँ अभी आ रही है. ओके ओके.
It's upside down. Okay.
It's Khushi who's been brought into the attack.
Good to see Khushi Sharma coming a bit early compared to the last couple of matches.
Yes, she's got some wickets to her name in the previous match. She bowled in the death and she got a few wickets, and now She'll have to prove herself yet again tonight. This one's been played nicely from the middle stump. Marina plays that in the gap. They're looking for the third, and they'll get it comfortably in the end. So good running between the wickets from Mariko and Marina. 47 for 3.
Outfield is a bit slow, and Mariko making sure they run hard and got those 3 runs. They need to target Kushi Sharma. They need to get that 7-8 runs this over, and they'll be back on track.
Sharma starts.
Both Kushi Sharma and her brother Sanchit Sharma plays for UAE. Proud moment for Sharma family. Full toss played towards mid-off. Vaishnavi. They need to rotate the strike regularly and pick those odd boundaries. Mariko and Marina. Close-in fielders for Marina. A big heave, but it was on the off stump. The length is brilliant here by Kushi Sharma.
Yes, she's been bowling well. In fact, yesterday as well, she bowled some really good line and length, and she's continuing that in tonight's game as well. Outside off, nicely cut, but straight to the fielder, and oh, that looks close. Yes, it will be given. Brilliant effort in the field. This time it's Tirtha Satish who's not donning the gloves. She was at extra cover. Quick pickup, quick release, and it hits the bullseye. Look at that. Brilliantly done. Very well done, Tirtha. Good game awareness as well. She knew which end to attack, which end to throw, and she's got the big fish. Mariko Hell is walking back.
Great piece of fielding work done by Tirtha. What a direct throw at the non-striker, and that's the end of Mariko. After 11 gone, it's 48 for 4.
So the new batter, Yasmin Dasrani. 20 matches, 201 runs. Strike rate of 50. They'll have to bat better than that because they need more than a run a ball from here on. 11 overs, 48 for 4 as in comes Chamani.
The problem with the Hong Kong batters are they don't have that power hitters down the order. Shout. And clearly it was inside edge.
Yes, that was hit right in front, but the umpire signals there is some bat involved. Shami maybe. Chamani is targeting the stumps, and that's the right ploy, the right strategy to be bowling, especially to someone who's new to the crease. Make them play every ball.
Trying to heave over the mid-wicket. Once again beaten in the air. Shravan, the strengthening camps and the fielding drills are definitely helping the UAE girls. And we can see that in this series, the way these girls are performing, the fielding has been improved a lot. So I'm coming down the track. So with that single, 50 comes up for Hong Kong.
Yes, they haven't even reached the halfway mark. It's 11.3 overs, 4 wickets down. Not looking good for Hong Kong women. Yasmin plays it straight down again for a single. Oh, they're going for 2. And they will get there. Chamani was there, standing somewhere in the middle. Not on the stumps. And that is good running between the wickets from Yasmin and Marina.
Taking a chance here, Yasmin and Marina. It was Kavisha. Blunder done by Chamani.
Yes, this time gets the inside edge towards the fine leg. Mahika will stop that. They're looking for 2, but they'll settle for 1. Yes, Chamani on that previous ball shouldn't have stopped the ball, should have let it pass to the fielder there. Tirtha was at the stumps waiting for that ball. They've got 2 runs nevertheless, and now a single. So 53 on the board.
It will be interesting to see the birthday girl get a chance to bowl tonight. Induja.
Well, this time they were confused whether to take the ball with herself or throw it. Nobody was there on the stumps, and a lucky escape for Marina and Yasmin both. It was Yasmin who was in the question. This time Tirtha just throws it somewhere, not attacking the stumps. End of over number 12. Hong Kong are 53 for 4.
In comes Khushi Sharma. Single and a wayward throw. The poor backing by Isha and Chamani resulted in a couple of runs. And talking about UAE women's team, the last couple of seasons we have seen improvement in the fielding standards and the bowling. The management is really working hard on these girls. They got a chance through this series to showcase their skills.
This one is hammered straight down towards the extra cover. What a good shot. Heavy outfield, but that will not stop the ball because that is how well timed that shot was, and a lot of power behind it as well. Yasmin Daswani gets a boundary, a much needed one. Hong Kong 59 now for 4.
A bit of width given by Khushi Sharma. Beautifully placed in the gap. The low full toss going towards the mid-wicket region. They're going for the 3rd run. And great throw from the deep by the fielder. Straight into the hands of wicket-keeper. She was not even in the frame. Marina.
Oh yes, that's I think a good presence of mind. Good cricket overall. Samaira diving to her right, trying to stop the ball. Got some hand onto it. The ball definitely did stop. Running back. It was Kavisha with that throw. And look at that bullet of a throw straight into the hands of Priyanjali Jain, who does well to dislodge the stumps in time. And the key was the call that the ball should be thrown at the keeper's end. It was Priyanjali who was shouting, keeper, keeper. And that is where Kavisha threw it. So overall, good cricket from UAE. Marina has to walk back after scoring 5 of 8. Half the team back in the hut. It's 61 for 5.
Sure, the boundaries are almost 55 to 58 meters. And look at that arm. Kavisha, last night, she got one direct run out. So Bibi Mariam comes in. Exceptional fielder. Comes in Khushi Sharma.
Oh, that looks low. Big appeal, but the umpire says no, the height could be a factor. Khushi Sharma.
Look at the expression of umpire, the way he nodded.
He says no, not out. The height is an issue. She was begging Khushi, but good call in the end. Bibi Mariam is on strike.
There is a chance. Oh, once again, Tirtha missed completely. Yes and no. Bibi Mariam, new batter. Really impressed by PJ, Priyanjali Jain, the way she has done the job behind the stumps. Charged up. Always busy. Making sure the fielders are at the right positions.
Cross-batted shot just lands in front of Tirtha, who's at short mid-wicket. Good over from Khushi Sharma. 13 overs, 61 for 5.
to you.
13 overs, 61 for 5. Yasmin on 12. Mariam yet to get off the mark. And this game is slipping out of the hands of the Hong Kong team. Again, played well in patches, but that consistency has to be there in the team, and that is something that is missing.
Here comes number 9, Vaishnavi, the leggy. Highly talented leg break bowler.
You know what I like about these bowlers? This one's played up in the air and it's in the gap, a loose delivery, half tracker, and Yasmin Daswani places it in the gap for 4. That's a good start for this over from Yasmin. Playing well.
A looser by Vaishnavi and got punished by Yasmin Daswani. Second boundary from the blade of Yasmin.
Yes, pressure straight away on Vaishnavi Mahesh. And this is smart batting from Yasmin. In the end, they get that single. but they've rotated the strike after the boundary. So good move. 5 runs of the first 2 deliveries.
The running between wickets have been a big concern for Hong Kong batters. Half of the side gone back in the pavilion. It's Mariam Bibi and Yasmin Daswani. Completely missed here, coming down the track. A flighted delivery and an easy stumping done by PJ.
Yes, that's a wicket. Vaishnavi Mahesh strikes in the very first over. And that was a flighted delivery. Wanted to go the aerial route, Bibi. The right intent, but couldn't execute it. And very well done. Priyanjali Jain is having a good day at work behind the stumps with the gloves in her hand. Mariam Bibi walking back. Not a lot of options left for her. She had to go for a shot. Out for a duck. 66 for 6 now, Hong Kong.
Brilliant piece of bowling by Vaishnavi Mahesh. Started with a loosener, this time inviting the batsman to come down the track. Beaten in the flight. The good glove work done by PJ. Allison, the new batter, playing her first match of this series. Allison, the new batter, playing her first match of this series. It's in the air, but a bit far from Induja. A good over comes to an end, though she have considered 6 runs, but got the wicket of Bibi Mariam. That's the end of over number 14, 67 for 6. Looking at the Hong Kong batting card, Mariko Hill started off well, 21 of 30 deliveries. Shanzeen Shehzad struggled tonight. Natasha Miles yet again. Show by her. Chan K. Ying, 4 runs. Marina, 5. Yasmin Daswani, fighting for her team. 17 of 8 deliveries. Bibi Mariam got out for 0. Allison, the new batter this time. Induja comes in. The birthday girl. Straight away there's an appeal. It was down the leg. Half-hearted appeal. Turned down by the umpire. Uphill task for both the batters, Allison and Yasmin. And once again, there's a miscommunication between Yasmin and Allison. The birthday girl comes in. Neil Oja. Welcome, Neil. Yasmin batting beautifully on 17. 6 gone, 68. Scorecard not looking good for Hong Kong.
Wide called. Induja celebrating her birthday today, rightly said. Got a chance to play on a birthday. Gotta make it count. Meanwhile, mighty impressed with what Yasmin's done. She was impressive even yesterday, especially her running between the wickets is immaculate. She just takes off. Meanwhile, The bails have been dislodged. Even here in this shot, if you see, she played the shot and off she scooted. Didn't wait. Allison was caught ball watching, but she's running at the danger end. She's already reached.
Very quick between the wickets. Yasmin Daswani making sure to get those runs. You need to get those singles and doubles, and in between, if you get that odd boundaries, you are on track. Very good bowling by Hinduja. The length and line of UAE bowlers has been very good throughout this series. The management and the staffs are really working hard on these girls. You have been watching these girls very closely, Neil.
Boulder! Hinduja on her birthday picks up a wicket. She turns 16 and look at the smile on her face. That's like a gift that's been bought by herself. It's not like anyone's given her this gift. She's picked that. Beautiful.
On target, on money. Leg stump knocked by Hinduja. That's the end of Allison. The birthday girl got the first wicket to her name. It's 70 for 7.
Betty Chan, one of the most experienced player amongst the side. Over the head of the bowler. Khushi Sharma, what a fantastic piece of fielding. These girls are putting in everything on the line. Look at that. The cheerful bunch, I tell you. End of the 15th, it's 71 for 7. Vaishnavi has been brought into attack. It's a very good prospect, Vaishnavi. Young and fiery. She bowls to pick wickets. The big shout! Big shout! Look at her appeal. I told you she's aggressive. And then she's smiling. She knows that she's just putting that pressure. These kids, I tell you, they are phenomenal. I'm so glad that fortunately had that opportunity to work with this bunch of kids. Worked with them for some time, and everyone is so hard working. I'll show you a video of their training while they were in the gym training hard. And I remember I'd put up a board where I'd written what would they be their schedule for the day. And then in this corner I wrote, remember to breathe and smile. At the end of the session, they stood together in a group to take a picture with the board and said, we are breathing but not smiling.
So that comes to the end of over number 16. It's 71 for 7.
Induja had a successful over with the first one. Fuller lent Delary slightly wide. Kushi gives us a charge and
Mic testing, 1, 2, 3.
we'll get
1, 2, 3.
a single. In fact, a couple of runs there. Yasmin downstairs. Shoaib Ahmed is on the rope side for an interview. Oi! Bat laga.
I'm here along the sidelines and I've got with me the team manager for Hong Kong Women's. It's Tommy Wong. Tommy, thank you for joining us. Let's start with your experience handling the team in the UAE. How has that been and how do you like it here?
I think it's very good to working with the women's team because they are like supporting each other, helping each other. So the atmosphere in the team is very good, and they got a good experience in UAE in this too, I think.
Talk about the performance. Yes, they've not been in your favor, the results, but overall there has been a drastic improvement in the performance. You'll be happy as a team manager.
Yes, of course. As you can see in the first inning, while they're bowling in the power play, they got like 15 runs only. It's really good, but of course we got a lot of improvement we need to do. So, but it's a good chance for them to play in UAE for this experience.
Shed some light on your role as a team manager for the Hong Kong women's side. What is your job description, so to say?
I would say I'm helping the girls and the whole teams to make it everything going smooth, and then they can just focus in their games and not other else. Yes.
And tell us, when your day-to-day routine, how does it pan out? I'm sure you'll have to take care of the logistics part of it and also make sure that they are focused on the game throughout.
Yes, the logistic part, I think, from like maybe all the meals and for the hotels and then the transportation and even the laundry, I need to take care of it. So, so they make sure that they can focus in the games.
So where are you traveling to next after UAE? What are your future assignments?
I will stay behind for the fair break, and of course the girls will prepare for the Asia Cup qualifier and the Asian Games in the near future.
Yes, of course, this platform is a big platform for the girls to come out and perform. A big thanks going to our sponsors as well, SkyExchange.net, The Fun News and Pacific Ventures. But I'm sure you would also feel that these kind of matches definitely will help them improve the game as well.
Yes, of course. Because for the live broadcast, the women's cricket, and it's let people know about what's the standard of the women's cricket, and more people to know them, and especially because this is the first time we play the night cricket, it's really a good chance for them.
Well, thank you so much. You're doing a great job with the team, and I hope you do equally well in the future. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's Tommy Wong, the team manager for Hong Kong Women's, and it's back to you guys in the comm box.
Well, yes, a quick conversation with the busy man, Tommy Wong. You'll see him literally running around, managing everything for the side. Meanwhile, this time a short delivery pulled straight to the fielder. Will be a single. I wonder why has Yasmin not been promoted up the order? She scores quick, she's brilliant between the wickets, and she plays the attacking brand of cricket. I would really love to see Yasmin probably, and correct me if I'm wrong, probably coming in place of Shanzeen to open the innings. Maybe. The way she clears the 30-yard circle, she would be very good in getting those power play overs utilized. Look at this. Here also, she played it right in the hands and ran for a single.
She has all the shots in the book, Yasmin Daswani. And very good runner between the wickets. Always busy. This time coming down the track, Chan played towards the mid-off, chased by Chamani. Couple of runs. Always busy Yasmin Daswani, putting that pressure on the other end. Chan, the most experienced player in this side. 36 runs required of just 14 deliveries.
Every opportunity they get, she calls and she goes for that run. Right now, just a single. 36 required of 14. 35 of 13. Now, only if there were a couple of good overs early on, maybe Hong Kong would have been able to make a game out of this. Not that they still can't. They definitely can.
They need a couple of big hits from both the ends, and 18 gone, it's 88 for 7.
Chaya. The way they are running is just remarkable. Played it straight to the fielder, Samaira, put pressure on her, and then she just ran. Look at this. The ball's gone to Samaira. She's inducing pressure, and a run taken. I'm sure she would be one of those girls who has a very, very good yo-yo score.
Definitely the way she's running between the wickets, it shows she's quicker and faster compared to other players in this side. Yasmin Daswani.
Plus the intent. Plus the intent to go for every single run. Chaya. She would be thinking of closing the game down. 19th over, the most important over that you're bowling. Full toss. Is that taken? Does she complete a catch? Oh yes, birthday girl takes a catch. A low catch and gets the wicket of Betty Chan. Wow, these are unbelievable scenes. It was not a great delivery, but then look at this. Very low. Induja, what a catch. The ball just dipped in front of her, and these catches are not very easy. She was moving, and then she had to bend down to take the catch at ankle height. Very well done. Betty Chan gone, 6 of 13.
A low catch and off balance. Induja kept her eyes on the ball. Brilliant catch taken by her. Special birthday for her. She got the wicket now. She got brilliant catch to her name. It's 89 for 8 after 18.3.
Will be a single. A dot ball. Induja again coming in. Sharp piece of fielding. For once, it looked like that Ikra had played it in that zone. Punched it down. Maybe would get a single, but not to be so. Chaya definitely closing this game with the ball. Fuller and delivery straight to the fielder. Chance. Oh, look at that. Is that Usain Bolt who's wearing the jersey of Yasmin and running those singles for her?
Fast as the lightning. Yasmin. Oh, what a sprint. Very quick between the wickets. Straight into the hands of the fielder. But quick enough. Yasmin.
The way she hit, and the moment she hit, she said yes, and that was yes for a boundary. Full toss taken full charge of. And 19 gone. Look at that boundary. Completely in charge. 19 overs gone. And 94 for 8. Last over now. It's going to be Chamani. It will be just ideal for UAE to keep Ikra on strike. Daswani is ready to go for that single. White called. Freebies. She's mighty careful that she doesn't leave the crease while the bowler is still in action. As per MCC laws, run out at the non-striker's end is now absolutely legal and should not be looked down upon. And she's just sticking to that. Look at that. She doesn't leave till she has to. Meanwhile, Ikra, clean bowled. Just wanted to go for that hoik. All she had to do was just tap it down, bring Yasmin on strike, but not to be. 95 for 9.
Trying too many shots here, Ikra, and this time on the middle stump. The flighted delivery coming down the track, beaten in the air. Wicket number 9 goes down. It's 95 for 9 after 19.3 overs.
.95 for 9. Last batter in, Cindy. Sin Yehu. A half-hearted appeal. Very good over in progress. 27 required of 2.
They have did all the hard work in the field. Hong Kong bowlers. Once again a dismal performance by the batters. Positive sign for them is Yasmin Daswani. Technically very sound and she has that firepower to clear the boundaries.
What an over. Just one wide of the over, picked up a wicket, and that is it. End of the innings and end of the game. UAE solidified their position in this series by winning the third game of the 4-match bilateral series, which means they have their hands on the trophy. They have won the series 3 games out of 3. One more game to go, but that should be more like a formality. Not for the UAE though, because their coach, Mr. Najib Amir, has said that we are looking to win this 4-0.
Bit in trouble. She got hurt while batting. Captain Chan. A good fight put up by Hong Kong bowlers and batters in this match.
Well, yes, definitely looked much more solid as compared to the previous two games. I think they'll have to look at making a couple of changes. UAE winning this game by 26 runs. There would be some hard questions that have to be answered on how to try and get better from here. The players definitely have the capabilities, the Hong Kong side. It's just that how you need to ensure to finalize this, turn it into a unit that can win and not just come close. Najib Amir there in the blue. He was associated with the Hong Kong side, the Hong Kong girls team as well. Played for Hong Kong. Now the coach of UAE. Look at the batting card there. Mariko Hill coming up right there, 21 of 30. And then the whole middle part is extremely weak. That's what it looks like. Shanzeen Shehzad, 4 runs of 15 deliveries. Now just swap Yasmin with Shanzeen and you will see a different looking scorecard. Natasha then doesn't come under pressure. Again got out on a duck. 3 ducks in a row for Natasha Miles. That is definitely not a good outing there for Hong Kong. Then the skipper came in who got out on 4. Marina couldn't really stay out, got run out. And then Yasmin came in, solidified the center. But after that, again, single digits. Only 2 players getting their runs in double digits. Not a great outing. But I would still recommend Yasmin Daswani going up to open with Mariko Hill. 95 for 9 in 20 overs. Extras, 19.
And talking about the bowling, it was started by captain Shaya Mughal. Bowled only 2 overs, bit expensive tonight. 14 runs, 1 wicket to her name. Samaira, 4 overs. Brilliant piece of bowling, gave away just 11 runs. Mahika Gaur, the tall, lanky left-arm fast bowler, 4 overs, 20 runs and 1 wicket to her name. Chamani, the most experienced off-break bowler, 3 overs, gave away just 9 runs and got 2 wickets to her name. Kushi Sharma, 2 overs, 12 runs. Vaishnavi, the leggy, 3 overs, 13. And the birthday girl, Induja Nandakumar, 2 overs, 13 and got 1 wicket to her name.
Well, yes, 19 extras. Now, that is something that the team management will have to look at. The coaches will be talking about this. But meanwhile, this is how the second innings spanned. Not too many runs to chase. But they had a sluggish start. Despite Mariko Hill going behind the bowlers. Shanzeen then in confusion. Samaira getting that run out. And this time she was not running with the ball. Very sensible. She threw the ball, lobbed it in the hands and got a run out there. Meanwhile, Chamani did her magic, got Carrie Chan out. Again, confusion, run out chance, a direct hit, and that was the end. There's not much barring these 2 batters, and I'm talking about Yasmin Daswani and Mariko Hills. Look at this, the way she played those shots. Got those boundaries in place, got those singles and doubles running, but Mariam Bibi couldn't stay around long for any kind of resource. The birthday girl picking up a wicket and then taking a fantastic catch. Induja on a birthday would be celebrating with a win and some good performance, while some good performance came in from Chamani as well, as she picked up her 2 wickets to finish this game off in favour of UAE. So this is the match summary. 121 for 3 is what UAE scored. A target of 122. Hong Kong in return could just manage 95, losing 9 wickets on the way. UAE winning this game by 26 runs. Star performances coming in from Kavisha, 61 of 58 deliveries. And as far as bowling is concerned, Mariko did shine with 2 wickets of 19. When it came to batting, Mariko also scored 21 runs in 30 deliveries. But top scoring for Hong Kong, Yasmin coming right in the heart of the batting order. Chamani Sivaratne picking up 2 wickets and 1 each for Mahika and Chaya. All right, so we'll go quickly to the presentation ceremony where Shoaib Ahmed will be there with the match referee for the player of the match tournament.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation for the 3rd game of the series between UAE women and Hong Kong women. UAE winning the third game and also winning the series in the process. A clinical performance from all the players with the bat, with the ball, and they had an overall performance that have made them win this series 3-0. Of course, one game left and we'll have to see how that pans out. But overall, a good performance from UAE. Joining me in the post-match presentation tonight is the match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali. He's got the man of the match memento in his hand. Quite a few notable performances in that UAE performance, but the one that stood out was a brilliant 61 runs of 58 deliveries. Kavisha Kumari, who's the player of the match. Well done, Kavisha. She's still posing. Well done. Overall, a good performance again, and you've made this a habit of winning trophies, but you'll be happy with the performance, and contributing for the team is always a special moment.
Yes, definitely, but I feel like we were short of like 10-20 runs. If I would have extrapolated a bit more, then we would have gotten like a 130-140 target. So yeah, I just hope like in the next game I can contribute more and like be effective more.
Yeah, you're never complacent. You always want more. That's a good sign. But overall, tell us a little bit about the team as well. I think you're doing well as a team, and you must be happy with the players around you.
Absolutely, we got like a young bunch over here, and like they're doing the fantastic job of bowling in the correct spots and fielding, and like even in the batting they're like contributing everywhere. Like these players are very good, and like they have a lot to show for the world, and coming with under 19 qualifiers, so like they got a lot more. So like I always wish them the best, and like they can always improve in everywhere.
Future matches again, quite a few games left, and a very busy schedule over the next few months as well. So how do you plan for that?
I mean, like taking a good rest here and there, and then always getting in touch with the knocking and practices, and always rest is a must.
Give us just a brief of how you were performing out there in the middle. You placed your innings pretty well, and then you tried to accelerate in the end. Is there a attempt?
Practices, and always rest is a must.
Give us just a brief of how you were performing out there in the middle. You placed your innings pretty well, and then you tried to accelerate in the end. Is there a attempt?